All right, up next, a toe-tapping musical comedy. We'll tell you about the latest show at the Skylight that's set in Milwaukee. That's right. Zombies from the Beyond is coming up right after the break.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Zombies from the Beyond opens this Friday at the Skylight Music Theater. This off-Broadway musical comedy is set in 1955 Milwaukee at the fictional Milwaukee Space Center.
Yeah, it's an affectionate nod to sci-fi space alien flicks mixed with the era's pop culture. So joining us with more about what audiences can expect are two of the cast members. We've got Kathryn Hausman and Matt Frye. Welcome to the Morning Blend.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. You guys are going to perform in just a minute, but we want to know a little bit more about this. I think I was asking you during the break, and we were kind of talking about the show. It's set in Milwaukee?
Yep, it's set in Milwaukee, so there are a lot of the buildings that everybody's really familiar with. City Hall, the Wisconsin Gas Company building, and then
clock tower
the clock tower.
Well. Yeah.
And then, of course, there is the fictional Space Center in downtown Milwaukee. So it's fun for our audiences to be able to relate to a lot of the similar, buildings,
setting,
but have something a little bit different with the Space Center in downtown.
So it's a fun, toe-tapping musical. Funny also? Is it humorous?
Oh,
Very funny.
very
So
humorous.
it's based on 1950s sci-fi movies. So the best that I can think of is that people have seen is stuff like The Twilight Zone. Think of that, but then there's these movies like Killers from Space that I watched, and it's just based on that kind of stuff, and like Catwoman of the Moon and stuff. These ridiculous kind of over the top to us, but back then it was very cutting edge kind of stuff. So it's just, it's an homage of Valentine to that time in America. And you'll see some kind of over the top stuff, but the characters are very invested in what's going on.
It's not a new musical. This has been around for a while, but it's being produced professionally again now. And talk a little bit about the connection, because it was the writer and composer was from Milwaukee, and that's why there's this connection.
Yeah, so it was written by James Valk, who started out when he was 10 years old as a boy soprano singing in and around Milwaukee, and he wrote this in his 20s when he was in New York. And actually, one of the biggest things, this is kind of interesting thing, there's an accordion in the pit, and it's a three-piece band. It's piano, drums, and accordion. So and James
very Milwaukee,
right? Exactly.
And so it's very Milwaukee. It's very Milwaukee. So and he really wanted it to be kind of an homage to those 50s, but as well as his hometown. So
well, and it's great too because our director Pam Krieger has done this show before, so she knows the ins and outs of it and knows James on a very personal level. So it's great to have that relationship and be able to hear the different sides of where this story has come and gone.
So he's still around? James is still alive and around?
Yeah, James is alive and well.
Okay.
He works at 3rd Avenue Playhouse with his husband, Robert Bowles.
Yeah.
I actually worked with them this summer up there in Door County, so up in Sturgeon Bay. And I'm in frequent contact with James. He's messaging me,
Love that.
I
love how it's like a flying saucer lands in Milwaukee. I mean, right. And the fact that wherever this show has run around the country, it's always set in Milwaukee. This isn't adapted to Milwaukee, like we said. So the space race is on. Tell us about the song that you're going to perform for us. It's called Second Planet on the Right.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the show, Trenton Corbett comes in to kind of start to save the day and help us in Milwaukee. And we start to have a little bit of dialogue.
Conversation. And so what happens right the moment before, if you will, we hear the saucer buzzing the building next door, the Galaxy of Coiffures beauty salon, and we're about to go out and investigate. But then Mary is kind of nervous and scared, and so this song is just kind of the moment that we kind of fall for each other, because I tell her that everything's going to be okay.
He's calming me in the moment that it'll all be okay.
Your white knight.
Sci-fi love story.
Spaceship.
Hey, you
all
guys
right, you guys can go ahead and get set up.
Great,
Thank
thanks.
you so much. Here's the information for the show. You can get tickets today for Zombies from the Beyond at the Skylight Music Theater. It runs February 2nd through the 18th. It's at the Broadway Theater Center, which is located at 158 North Broadway in the historic 3rd Ward. You can use the code BLEND for a 10% discount. Call the box office at 414-291-7800 or go to skylightmusictheater.org. And now here they are singing Second Planet on the Right.
Let's go away together on an interstellar flight to a world of our own where we'll be all alone on the second planet on the right. We'll hop the nearest spaceship and steal away in the night. Leave your worries behind and contentment we'll find on the second planet on the right. No more saucer scares in our little hideaway. Banish all your cares. Every day's a holiday. It's just an old cliche, dear. I beg your pardon if it's trite, but with us as a team, life could be like a dream on the second planet on the right.
Let's go away together in a supersonic satellite. There'll be no time to think, we'll be off in a wink to
the second planet on the right.
Out there in the void, there's a little spot for two. Just a planetoid with an astronomic view. It's just an old cliche.
It's just an old cliche.
I beg your pardon if
I don't wanna be trite, but with you on my arm, we thrill to the charm of the second planet on the right. Now, I don't mean the third, and I don't mean the fourth.
and the fifth, so I've heard, is too far north.
Number 6 and 7 are too high in heaven.
In 8 and 9 we must decline.
'Cause I've always reckoned that once it has beckoned, the second is a first-rate sight. The second planet on the right.